That's it started recording now, Enrique. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Enrique. I am part one of Resin Refinery. I do a lot of the creative direction. The other part two is Travis.
That's great, Enrique. Sorry, I was taking some of my beer
Yep.
there. Yeah, so obviously you work with Travis, who was part of the other podcast that we done. And just beforehand, we were talking about online ordering. So you were saying like the importance of online ordering. Like I was saying, we mostly work with
Yeah,
fashion brands and restaurants, which is in this day and age is totally online pretty much.
yeah.
Um,
Especially with this pandemic going on right now, it's big.
yeah, like I've been trying to push people to totally online, especially via social media, for probably the past 2 years, because the overheads are so little.
Yep.
Um, and that's probably going to be the same for you guys, kind of in the cannabis industry and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. A lot of actually, a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of dispensaries have all had their Instagram accounts like taken down, or they are, in a bit of trouble just because a lot of them do the mistake of adding a price on a lot of their posts, and you're not supposed to sell cannabis on Instagram. So it, it that's one part of having to get these people online. Um, is not only get them online but have them understand the rules and regulations. So for online ordering here in America, they've put out their own laws. For instance, some of them couldn't even complete a sale online. You had to just place your order and then complete the sale at the store. But there was some regulation that just came through in Denver where they can actually complete the sale online, with a debit card rather than a credit card, because like banks still aren't accepting that. But um, yeah, the importance of online ordering right now has just skyrocketed because of this pandemic.
I think it's weird with how open like the world's becoming with the kind of cannabis culture. Like if you remember, even 5 years ago, it was still quite kind of frowned upon. But then like it's becoming more open. But then even still like the old time business world just isn't
Yeah,
accepting it. For instance, banks.
yeah, that's another thing that just kind of drives me nuts is kind of the slow progression of this, where a lot of people, there's such a negative view, negative view, negative view, and then some states start to um, legalize, and then this pandemic happens, and all cannabis dispensaries are now deemed essential, and it's just crazy that they are open and deemed essential, and we've got people in jail for minor cannabis crimes, and it's just a little crazy and a little hard to understand how we have like both ends of the spectrum here still existing with cannabis.
Yeah, it's insane. Like especially here as well because we don't have it legal at all. It's still classed as the same as heroin, cocaine,
Oh wow,
the
yeah,
same
yeah,
level as that. But if you get, so for instance, in the past, if I've been stopped and I've had it on me, the police just kind of like, okay, just go home. They don't
yeah,
really care. It's the here. It's a country of people don't really. If it's
yeah,
nothing too, like if you're not causing any trouble, if you're not around like parks or anything like that, they don't really care. But it's still you've got the option of you might go to jail if you get caught.
yeah, yeah, definitely. It's pretty crazy too, because I just moved to Denver in January. I was living in Florida beforehand, and in Florida, it's only medically legal.
Mhm.
So it's just crazy how I went from, buying cannabis illegally in Florida to now going into a store and like having it like perfectly laid out and everything, like this really nice branding and stuff. It's just crazy that whole switch, and it's just a couple states away. It just doesn't make sense.
It's uh, especially. like for instance in America, even anywhere like Europe and stuff like that, it's random lines on like a map, and then the minute you cross a line, it could be different.
Yeah,
Especially in America, because it's meant to be like one kind of nation together, and then it's like the laws are different from state to state.
yeah. The states can vary, like, in, one state can be legal, and then literally you step over the line and it's illegal for cannabis. It's just, and that's actually one thing that they have been seeing as well is like the states that are on the outside of a legal state, like everybody's driving to those borders so that they can purchase cannabis in those states that is legal, and then they just go back.
It makes no sense at all.
It doesn't, and it's just like so many states are struggling with taxes or something like that. And for me, when someone says that cannabis is taxed really high, I literally don't care because I was paying so much more for, illegal weed that who knows what I was even smoking. Like maybe it was grown in someone's basement or some shit like that. Whereas now I know what I'm purchasing. It's packaged well. I'm not going to be smoking something that I'm wondering like, oh my gosh, is this laced with something else? So, um, it's just it's just crazy, because people still complain about that tax, and it's like, even like for instance, I was paying is like $200 for an ounce in Florida, and come here to Denver, you can get an ounce for $65, and that's including the tax. And so it's like, how can you complain about that because you're still winning so much? And it's just crazy because these states can make so much money off of the tax, but they just don't want to legalize.
Yeah, for instance, here we get like, so a house in this state, or like a project would be called like a council house in this state.
Uh-huh.
And so if you get people that grow cannabis here, if it's
Uh,
green, so it's called green, it'll be called council, which is like terrible. Somebody's grew it like in their in their cupboard, because Scotland's a freezing country most of the whole year. It's just cold and rainy all the time.
oh
Uh,
wow.
so it's not like a great place to grow cannabis.
Yeah, no,
So
it's
it's more
not.
like in like a cupboard, but we mostly get like hash from like Morocco and stuff like that,
uh,
which is it's okay, but like you don't know where it's been. if
exactly.
if it's
you know
went through like Spain, Belgium to get to here, you're like, okay, it's took a long
and
journey.
and then also, like, you don't get a choice. It's whatever that guy has, like that's what you're gonna get. Whereas, you come to a store here now and they've got like 50 different kinds from you to choose from, and it's just such a stark difference when you just cross the state lines of some.
The weird thing for here as well is just like you were saying about state lines, is we can just jump on a plane, go to Holland, get
Oh yeah,
as
yeah.
much cannabis as we want, edibles, whatever we want at all. Sit in Holland and have it, and to fly back home, and I just don't get it. I'm like,
Uh,
it's so close to us, it's like an hour away.
yeah, there's that's why there's always, those extra politics that come in hand, that maybe there's something going on as to why it's not being done. um which, if it was just federally legal in the states or in America, then all the states could then, if they want to pass their own laws of limiting stuff, that's fine. But I think everywhere it should be legal, because it just doesn't make sense for just a couple states to be legal here and there.
I think it's ironic as well because of the pandemic that's going on. But if they legalised it and taxed it, we would probably have more than enough tax to cover any
Uh,
health expenses needed.
exactly, like that. All of that's yeah, that is a great point. You could probably use all of that tax and pay for everybody's health care. um
Yeah, or
but
pay for, obviously you guys don't have like a national health service that we have here, but like you could even pay people like standard living wage or something like that. Just to, which is,
Exactly.
it makes
Because
no sense why nobody's
like
seen the tax purpose for this.
I think the tax that I pay at this place that I get my cannabis from is like 21%, I think. But like right now in Illinois, they've been having their tax up to like 40%, which is kind of ridiculous, but you're still getting a really good deal. Um, it's just crazy because I think they made like $11 million on their first day or something like that in taxes, in tax revenue.
If I
And
was
it,
making $11 million in a day, I would know I was doing something right.
I know it's you know for me, I just want to see like another state's governor or something like that. Like when you show them that, like, hey, they made $11 million in one day. Why won't you make it? Like, I want to know exactly what his reasoning is. You know, it's like you could be helping out so much, but
I think
yeah,
as well, it's just it's for here in Scotland. We have a lot of people drink alcohol at the weekends, just, just like anywhere else in the world.
yeah,
But we always get told that we drink too much, so we need to drink less. And we have tax, so we have an alcohol tax that's only in Scotland. So if you, for instance, if you went to England, it's cheaper to get like a pint of beer or a whiskey there than what it is to get it in Scotland.
oh
But,
wow, I
but,
didn't.
but so for instance, in Scotland, it's an average for a pint of Guinness would be £3.40. No, probably say about £4, which is like
Okay,
$5
yeah,
each. Um, if you buy England, it might only be like £3, so like $4, so it's a wee bit cheaper.
oh
But
wow,
what they've seen is, for instance, with the alcohol taxes, they can put that into dealing with people with kind of cancer, the health
yeah,
related issues that we have.
yep,
Scotland did used to have a really bad knife crime issue that's kind of been eradicated because of all the money. And I think last year it was something like £3 billion or something was raised from the alcohol tax.
holy cow.
So it's like it's quite a lot of our income.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like people people are gonna buy it even if it's taxed. Like they're going to pay for it. And I think that they need to take advantage of it because if they're not, then it's being illegally done. So you're risking, your community by that. But also you're just missing out on so much money.
What's happened here is a lot of people have started, instead of from buying the cheaper alcohol, which has went up in price because it's got like a higher alcohol content, people have started to buy nicer alcohol, so like better beers, better whiskey, better,
Uh
it's just better quality things. So then it you don't want to sit and drink it all the time. You want to keep it because it's better.
yeah.
And it'll be the same thing with like cannabis as well. With taxation, you're not going to get like the shady guy in the street corner.
Well, actually that's one of the things that for instance in Denver, Colorado, I'm not sure, but their taxing is like um I think they just tax it per, like there's one set tax number that it's like taxed at 21% or something like that. But in Illinois, they actually tax it per the THC level. So if you got like a stronger joint, that would cost more than a weaker joint in taxes. So that's kind of how they're getting a lot of, um, I guess, tax revenues because they're kind of taxing per, I guess, quality or potency. They're taxing per potency. So like someone posted a picture of their receipt and it was like 40% tax on their wholesale, and it's like, imagine if all of the states were doing this, how much money they could be making.
See that as well, man. Like, I was saying to when we did this podcast with Travis, it was when you talk about tax and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So now when you go into a shop and tax gets added on at the counter, we don't have that. So we just have like a price and that's taxes included. We don't
Uh,
we don't have like a So, for instance, when I'm saying alcohol's got a tax, like we don't notice it's got a tax. It's just prices are dearer.
Gotcha. So
We
it's
don't need
already
we
like
don't need to work
included.
that out.
You don't know exactly how much tax you're paying. You just know that
It,
it's taxed.
it breaks it down in the receipt. It'll say like VAT, but apart from that, it's like we don't see it. It's just unless you look at your receipt, you will never know how much tax you have to pay. Which
Oh
no
wow.
looks at the receipt unless it's like a business
Right.
transaction.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so when I've been to America and I go up and it's a different price at the counter, I'm like, what the fuck's happening here?
Yeah, yeah. Everyone's got different tax rates and stuff. And then, some states don't even have income tax or state income tax. And yeah, it's all just a bunch of crazy stuff and doesn't make sense.
Even the whole point of tax is confusing. Like, why the fuck do we pay tax anyway? Like,
Uh,
it's there
Ex-
for no reason. Like, we know it
exactly.
keeps the government going, but really, why do we pay it?
And and also they don't have to make that much. Like even if they taxed like less, they would still be making a lot of money and probably even be making like even more because it's less taxed. But I mean, I'm okay with as long as they legalize it. If they have it all on a high tax, it's fine. Be more work for me, but it would be great if we got a national legalization and just one set system for all of the states. That'd be great.
I'm just waiting for that to happen so I can just get me, my partner, my kids, and immigrate to America.
That'd be
States.
awesome. No, I actually started growing. I just had like some seeds left over, and I germinated them, and only one of them made it through. And I've been growing it for a couple months now. Um, but it's just like crazy because here in Colorado, you can grow up to 6 plants, legally.
It's
And so,
again, it's another loophole in Scotland. You can go eat everything to grow it. You can buy seeds. You can buy the seeds. You can buy everything you need to grow the plant, but it's illegal to grow the plant. So like, you could have everything that you need in your possession, and the police can stop you, and they won't be able to do anything. But then if you actually put all it together, then it becomes illegal.
wow.
It's just one of those. We have really weird kind of loopholes in our laws as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh yeah, you can do it, but you can't do it.
It makes no sense, especially because they say like it's like they change it from, so we have classes of drugs like class A, B, C, D, and change it from class A to C, B, D every single day.
Oh my
It
gosh.
changes that much that you don't even know. You're just like, I don't even want to get stopped to the police.
Wow. No, and I don't think I don't think I've really even seen like I was thinking I would see people smoking on the street and get pulled over or like a cop pull up at, in the time that I've been here, I haven't seen that happen. Because you're not supposed to smoke like out in public. Um, but I thought I was gonna see more people do it, but you really don't. Pretty much everyone just smokes in their house and stuff.
I think it's more relaxing to smoke in your house as well, because if you get super high and you're outside, it's not it's not a great experience sometimes.
Yeah, no, no, definitely.
There's been times that I went on like when I was younger, I got really high one day and I went on like a bus or public transport to get home, and I just felt so like anxious and suspicious of everybody, but like I couldn't stop smiling, and I was like, I know people are looking at me because I'm smiling.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was I was like insanely high. It was it was one of the best but worst kind of times in my life at the same time.
Oh gosh. Yeah, those are sometimes fun to experience, but sometimes it's like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna do that again.
I think as well, if especially during the current climate, like even scientists, government just need to sit down, have some cannabis, relax,
Yeah, I know. Um,
just
I've actually
enjoy the day.
found, yeah, I've usually I kind of just smoke throughout the day. I was talking to Travis about this, that I kind of like microdose through the day. I take, just small hits throughout the day rather than like getting extremely high and then just like not doing anything. I kind of maintain like a mellow high throughout my day.
Uh-huh.
But then I've kind of realized on nights that my wife goes to work, I kind of smoke a little bit extra just because I'm like anxious of like what's going to happen. Just given the climate that we're in right now.
So for me, like now like the microdosing, I don't do that. So before I started doing like a creative period for like clients, I'll
Yeah.
get extremely high, like insanely high, and put out just some beer sitting next to me, and I just come up with like a 3 month plan. Close my laptop down, go to sleep, wake up the next day, and it's always been great. So then I send that to like my team, and they're like, "This is this is really great." Then they think about this, and I'm like, "I don't know how I thought about this either."
Oh gosh.
But it's worked so far. Just
Yeah, right. I think actually the last time I got really high was in fact last week. Um, I hadn't smoked in about a week, and I went and picked up some new cannabis, and usually I just buy like a low level shake, you know. But this time I got Mandarin Sunshine, and usually I take about 3 hits from my little bong. And this was obviously, I hadn't smoked in a week, so I was thinking like my tolerance is gonna be a little bit different, but not. I didn't expect it to be this much, and I was super super high that I was just like sitting here and I couldn't even work. My wife was making fun of me. It was a pretty interesting ride.
there was one time, so one of my first experiences with cannabis, I was in Amsterdam, and I was staying in a hostel at the time, so it was like a 16 bed hostel. It was me and my friend, and we went out. As you do when you're younger, you indulge, like overindulge in everything.
Yeah.
We got like extremely, now that way you get that high that you forget things. And I was sitting looking at a window for about 2 hours, just staring at this window. Then I went to bed, somehow got back into the room, took off all my clothes, went into the bed, and just didn't cover myself. So I just left myself lying on my back, all the man parts lying out there. And I woke up in the morning to everybody else in the room at the sink that was right next to my bed staring at me.
Oh
And
my gosh.
uh, yeah, I got into trouble after the hotel for sleeping with no clothes on. I was that high, I can't even remember getting to bed. So
Holy
um,
shit.
that was
That's a
one of
good
the
one.
kind of. I have a lot of stuff like that. It's when I was younger, especially.
Yeah,
Now that
I
I'm
don't, I don't think
a
I've
bit
really
older.
had that many experiences where I've gotten really really high. I could probably count on my hand how many times I've had an experience like that.
I like to challenge myself to see how far I can push myself. I
I like
like
to
to do like
push the
DMT and stuff like
limits.
that as well. So
Okay, nice.
to travel to other dimensions and things. So, but yeah, it got when I was in Amsterdam. You have to overindulge, especially in Amsterdam. Um, it was just kind of I would get that high. There was one of the best ones is in Amsterdam. Me and my friends were sitting, we were extremely high as always. Um, just sitting at the back, like now that we get high, you kind of sit and chat and like one of this shite. And this we look over to the bar where you would buy cannabis, and this guy stands up and just falls. And these people run out, pick him up, drag him outside, and give him a Mars bar. And I was like, the fuck? What's
What is
happening?
what is going on?
But we get to like, this is like, because Taken came out just around about that time, or like just before, like a year before it or something like that. So then when I was told this is like a Liam Neeson film. They're going to like take us. We need to get back to the room.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it was a really high anxiety. Now that you're suspicious of everybody you see,
Yeah, you kind of feel um almost like cornered. You feel like everybody's staring at you.
it's great. But yeah, I would do it again if I could. If I could go back and tell myself at that age like what I was going to do, I'd like just go do it because it's going to be fun.
You have to have that experience.
Yeah, man, it's like the I think it's also obviously we're talking about the online ordering kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I've literally just got an email from a couple of clients who were saying that Just Eat in the UK or in Scotland are refusing to take some orders or taking people down and things like
Oh
that.
wow.
They're getting inundated because we're in Glasgow, everybody's in their house, and it's a Friday night, so people are ordering the drink from the takeaway pubs that I was in, and then they're ordering
Yeah.
like a takeaway, like an Indian chippy or whatever, and Just Eat are getting too many orders, so they're just taking people down. I think
Wow.
that's another problem with the online ordering if it's not owned by yourself. So we
Yep.
always try to get clients to have their own app or
Yeah,
have like
yeah, definitely. That's what Travis always kind of tells our clients too, you know. Yeah, you can use like these other services like Dutchy and stuff like that, but if they go down or something happens, like you're screwed, you know, you won't be able to place any orders until they get their stuff together, you know.
or if they go bankrupt.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yep.
I think a lot of people forget like it's a business that you're kind of trying to run something via.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
like
and right now I've seen about three cannabis dispensaries within my area within like 15 minutes. They all use the same app, and it's almost like I'm not sure, they don't really, maybe they don't have someone in house to do these things, but like, you know, their website will have some messed up update saying like, hey, our online ordering is down for today, or you know, we'll be back up and running tomorrow. I've been seeing a lot of those messages going on.
so see, for instance, obviously we're kind of in the same field. I think you're doing cannabis, I do like restaurants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was trying to get for me, I believe that websites should just be like a basic kind of like a business card. Everything that's great about your business is on show there, but it doesn't have to be anything spectacular. And if you're trying to get orders, get new people, you should do that via social media. So like Facebook, Instagram. I know obviously cannabis is different because Facebook and Instagram are the same company, but they're really arsey with it.
Right.
Like this is, I think the best way for online orders. I know you can't do that via Facebook, but like restaurants and stuff like that, we always get people to do it. We have WhatsApp, we have
Yeah.
um, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, like DMs. We get so many more. I get so many more customers from my clients that way than I
Yeah.
do via like on a website or like on an app. I know like I feel like the app and the website is like a house phone. Nobody's got one anymore really.
Yeah, they
It's starting to die out.
like one company messaged us saying they needed help on their website, and like they sent us their website and it wasn't even up, like it was down. And then also like their Instagram account got taken down because they um, were putting prices on every single post. So um, we're kind of, what we decided to do now is, because you have to do online ordering now, we're reaching out to websites or dispensaries that have websites and don't offer online ordering. So right now we just found one that has a pretty poor website. And all it says on there is just like, call us to order, call us to order. You know, they don't have any type of ordering online. Like even their menu is just very, very hard to read. So we're kind of looking for dispensaries now like that. And we're going to approach them with, online capabilities because of this pandemic, they've had to move to online. So I kind of I want it to be as if like these dispensaries would be like, oh, thank God you guys contacted us. We needed this help.
I think as well, a lot of people forget that having a website that tells you to call somebody, you're like, I've not came on your website and
Yeah,
you need me to
exactly.
call. It's like an extra step that I don't want to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, that's the world that we live in. We live in the world of convenience where people want to do the easiest thing. So if they can do it all from the phone, then they will do it all from their phone. But if they have to go online and then it says, oh, wait, no, you have to call and then do this, it'll turn some people off and they'll just order through somewhere else.
Yeah, man, it's like, see, for like we were saying about restaurants and fashion brands and things like that. I always
Hmm.
tell when I'm in a meeting with, before I even start working with the person, I'm like, I'm going to make this as convenient as possible as if I was going to buy it. Because if I go online and I can't just like click a button and order things, I just don't do it.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, if I
Yeah.
need to do like 5 or 6 steps, I'm like,
I've
too
done that
much,
too.
too much.
Or like where you click on a website and then like five different things pop up and it's like, ugh, I'm not even gonna bother exiting out of all these things to view the one product I want to see. I'm just gonna click out of this window.
It's for us as well. It's causing the problem is with GDPR, which is like data protection rules within um, within the European Union and the UK. Is every website you need to have like this big spiel that pops up, so they accept it. They say, "Are you okay to view the website?"
Oh wow.
So we can either collect some data on you, we can we can see that you've visited our website, and you need to
Yeah.
click accept. Nobody reads it, and well, if you click accept, it takes like 2 seconds. People look at the first page and then just leave.
Yeah.
That's why I've told clients like just make your website like a business card
Yeah. Make it extremely simple and easy.
and just put like a little live chat on it. Just always have the live chat on your phone so you can chat to them directly. Um,
Yeah, definitely. That was actually one thing that I kind of wasn't a, not a fan of just because I hate how they look. But then Travis was like, "No, dude, we need to have those up on our website." So it was
you
pretty
get
funny because
the
after we put that on our website, we got a client like the next week. So it's, I was
um,
like, "All right, all right, all right, all right." I was
I've
like,
been
"I
on
guess
your
I'll deal with it being ugly."
I've been on your guys' website with the kind of the instant message kind of thing that pops up.
Yeah,
It does look pretty cool on your website compared to the other ones. The ones I normally use is just like a small circle, like the Skype screen that we can see here.
yeah,
And it'll be in the bottom right hand corner, like a small circle. And if somebody wants to chat, they can click on that. Because
yeah,
I know
yeah.
what you mean. Some of them are really ugly.
Yep, yep. Some of them take up like the whole freaking screen, or some of them you can't like click out of. Like that always really annoys me
Or the
sometimes.
ones when you're browsing something and then they pop in, like, do you need help? No, I'm just looking at your website. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
There's quite a lot of weird website designs out there. I think as well, a lot of people just think they need to have a website
yep,
when you could just have a Facebook page and you're okay with that depending what you're doing.
yeah. Really, a lot of businesses could just benefit from a simple landing page. They don't even need
Yeah,
that much. And then if you're selling products, make it extremely easy and simple to get to those products and to just purchase.
but I'm sure you've had this as well when you try and tell a client that.
Oh
It's
yeah.
it's
Oh my.
sometimes like trying to explain like complex mathematics to like a 3-year-old. Just be like,
Oh
hey,
yeah.
I don't know what to
Yep.
say.
Yep. I know exactly what you mean.
They always want like the 18-page website,
Yep.
70,000 posts a day on social media. They want
They want.
100 million clients.
Yep. Yep. all the information because they think someone's going to sit for 3 hours and read everything on their website.
Yeah, most of for my restaurant clients just now, because it's only deliveries. So we've got Uber Eats, Just Eat, um, like delivery apps, and then like their own apps. We just kind of promote them,
Yeah.
like just a small post, because people are sitting on Facebook more because they're in the house, or on Instagram, and then try to tell our clients that, well, why don't you put up the delivery times, what we're actually delivering, what we're going to be doing? I'm like, because nobody's going to read it, man. Let people
Exactly.
click the link and they'll understand what you're doing. You don't need to give
Yep.
them every little bit of information in the first page.
It's almost like they don't understand sometimes that overload can be too much, like too much information and stuff will turn people off and they will not want to order or something like that.
The one that always gets me is because my business is mostly social media marketing and advertising,
Mm-hmm.
but we do like real print advertising as well.
Yeah.
Um, so we're the advertising agency, and everybody hates advertisers.
Oh my
But
gosh, yes.
when you kind of go to a client and you're like, this is what we're going to do. It'll take maybe 9, 10 months. It'll be a gradual like flow of new clients for you instead of from it being like a one burst. Like the ads being out there too much, you don't want to annoy people.
Yeah.
But like the, the price is a bit much. And you're like, oh my god, I've literally gave you the best price straight away, and you're already telling me it's too much.
I worked in the magazine world, and so a lot of times when people wanted to place ads, we would offer design for them, and a lot of the requests that they would give or the mock-ups that they would do were just god awful. It's just, and a lot of times, I would redo it and make it look beautiful, and they would still want their garbage, piece of crap ad, and it's just funny how some people will, yeah, try to
Yeah, man,
take over for stuff like
that's
that.
literally like people send me information,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, that's good, but this is there, and then they'll always go, oh, but could you know add the things that I sent you? I'm like, it's not good. It's really not good.
Yeah. Like sometimes you almost have to be like brutally honest and be like, okay, I'll do it, but just so you know, this is extremely ugly.
I've told clients like I've ended like contracts and stuff like that because they've wanted stuff that's just not going to work,
Yeah.
or finally discovers like Canva, and then they just kind of go on Canva and they come up with a design, and it's like you paid for everything you can get in Canva. Why are you doing this?
Yep. Yep.
It's like
It,
overload picture and things like that. You're like, what are you doing?
it's so funny because sometimes you'll see people, they'll be like, oh, you know what? I got Canva. I can just do it myself. And then you see their posts and they're god awful as well. And it's like, okay.
Like, yeah, that doesn't look good at all. What the hell is this? Or for me, when I reach out to a client, especially with the social media kind of stuff, is I always reach out by just saying, "Oh, look, guys, we've got this free kind of. I've looked at your social media. We have like a free booklet that we can give you."
Hmm.
So I always just give people the free information. Try and post daily in Facebook. Run ads twice a week for at least £5 each.
Yeah.
Put Instagram at least 4 times a week, and that's all you really need to do to stay above float on like the social media kind of side. Obviously, you need to do so much more than that, but like it helps. But
Oh, yeah, I bet.
you let them know, and then they'll always get back to you. Or no, always like 50% of the times, and they'll get back to you and go, "We actually have an agency that's doing it, or we've got somebody that's in house." And I feel that every time I feel it typing back, going, "You're lying to me because I know this is terrible and nobody does this."
Oh, yeah. I hear you on that.
It's you feel like saying, "What? Why lie to me? Like I know you're not doing it. Just tell me the truth, so you're not interested. Then I can just leave you alone."
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I'm I'm probably going to go silent for 2 seconds because somebody's at my door. The problem is I'm doing this from the house.
Oh,
I'll be
yeah.
back. I'll literally
All
be back in like about 5 seconds because somebody's just at the door. I just need to make sure who it is.
Alrighty.
So the podcast will just be paused for like 5, 10 seconds, probably a little bit longer, like a minute. But I'll come back and I'll let you know before we start again, okay?
Sounds good.
No problem, 2 moments. Hi, Enrique, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
It was just Amazon. They said they were coming tomorrow, decided to come at 9:20, that's great. Yeah, so one of the questions I always ask everybody is, what was your kind of first experience with cannabis?
My first experience with cannabis. Well, it's kind of funny. People always think that I like smoked since I was like in middle school or high school and stuff, but I actually didn't try cannabis till I was about like 21. I was still at I think I was a junior or senior in college, and my first time I smoked, I ended up in the shower for like 6 hours, and I was just like sitting there by myself, and and then like my roommate the next day was like, "Dude, what the hell was going on yesterday? Because you were literally in the shower from like 6 a.m. to like 8 a.m. or from 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. So it was just pretty interesting. Um, the good thing was I was with some friends, so it was like they didn't let me get too high and get crazy. But it was actually a good experience. As from what I've heard, some people have had some bad first time experiences.
Yeah, I've never had a bad experience with kind of cannabis or even with like DMT and stuff like that at all. So it's kind
Yeah,
of like,
yeah, I mean, I've gotten extremely high because like one time, oh yeah, like I had an edible for the first time, and I didn't really feel anything, so I smoked a joint, and then all of a sudden I was like extremely high. Um,
it's a
but I
rookie mistake, really.
yeah, I didn't get like sick or anything. Where I've had a friend of mine who smoked too much, and he got kind of like dizzy and he had to lay down because he wasn't feeling good. So I've never had that happen to me.
I've never had the kind of the sickness or anything that I know people have had, like even with like bong hits or pipe hits, when they get
Yeah.
really sick, and I'm like, I'm totally okay, I'm just really high.
Yeah, exactly.
Sitting here and the walls are changing and moving and stuff. Well, I'm fine.
I'm good. I'm good.
I think some people just have different. Obviously, everybody has different tolerances, and a lot of people don't get like how to enjoy it because they don't let go of when that anxiety and anxiousness comes over you.
Yeah, I think there's almost like two ways you can go about it where yeah, you can either just release and let it be like a relaxing type feel, or you can actually, if you go into it already anxious in a way, I kind of feel like it can almost heighten that anxiety sometimes for people on their first time.
Yeah, it's like, I think see they build it up too much, which
Yeah,
is kind of
exactly.
like
Yeah.
it's this big event, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like it's just weed.
it's just like having a drink or having a coffee. It's not anything special.
Right. Yeah.
Coming from somebody that's done it for almost 10 years, so
Yeah. I how many years am I at? I'm at 8 years, I think I've been smoking.
I started when I was 18, 29 in June, so yeah, we're just over 10 years.
Nice.
So it's been a long time. I actually took it because I used to do professional wrestling, and I broke my neck in the ring.
Oh
Um,
shit.
it was my own fault. Have you ever seen like WWE?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I used to do that, and I used to be like quite. I was getting good at it, and I used to be more muscular than what I'm just now. I stepped out the ring, I tripped over the rope and broke my neck.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It was totally my fault. It was like it wasn't in front of anybody. It was like before the show started.
Oh my gosh.
So then I walked to the hospital. Well, I got a taxi, went to the hospital, and the guy was like, I think you might have broke your neck.
Oh my gosh.
And the pain from I was fine for a couple of days, but then I just got really bad like pain. So I started smoking cannabis and stuff to help me get moving. And it was because I read a few things online, and it was just, I think I had read a few things online and watched Joe Rogan as well,
Okay.
and it totally got me moving. I was
Yeah.
doing yoga, I was back to normal, and like now I have no stiffness in my neck. I can
Wow.
I can do everything. I do like MMA and stuff like that, so I can do everything
That's
that
huge.
any normal person can do. Doesn't bother
Yeah.
me at all. Just I have this really bad clicky neck. So like
Yeah,
if I,
because a lot of times, people when they have neck injuries like that and, they make it through, they still have like that stiff neck, afterwards where they literally can't move it at all.
I think
So
my neck's more flexible now than what it was beforehand. The only thing I get is really bad like stiffness in my hamstrings because of it. But it's not even like an issue. I think the hamstrings is because I'm sitting at a desk most of the day.
yeah, that could probably be it.
But yeah, it's one of those. I I always call it. I always say it's the thing that saved me because when I was at that age, just before I was 18, they were like, "Oh, you should go on these like painkillers.
Yeah.
You should try like maybe steroids, and like a steroid drip it was." And I was like, "No, I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah, I'm
just
good.
I'll just go get high for a couple of months and
I'll,
get
s- I'll,
myself
s-
feeling
I'll
better."
stick to my weed. Thank you very much.
It's worked so far, so
Yeah.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Um, the other thing as well, we've seen a few of the studies that are saying that people who do smoke cannabis on like a regular basis, I think it's mostly based on like microdosing, like you were saying, is
Yeah.
they're less of a risk to get the new unspoken pandemic coronavirus just now.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Yeah, I've been hearing because actually there's an NFL player that just got in trouble here in the States. He was issued a cease and desist by the FDA because he was saying that his CBD company um, that they produce a CBD that prevents and fights COVID-19. And the FDA was like, dude, you haven't proved it. Like, no one's proven this. Like, this is why you can't make these false claims. So, yeah, I've been hearing people say that it helps prevent. I've been also hearing people that it's really bad because like COVID-19 affects your lungs. So all these people that smoke, I guess we're more susceptible to it. I don't know if that's true. I mean, really, no one knows anything, so it's pretty. I mean, am I gonna stop smoking? Probably not.
I think every day it's like a new kind of thing that's coming out.
Yeah,
Like this
exactly.
article I was reading was saying that if you've got it, you should stop completely for 3 months. That if you catch COVID-19, you have to stop for 3 months, or if you start to get symptoms. But then if you don't have it, you can continue smoking as normal because it could be a preventative measure because it might open your lungs up more to relax during like getting an infection.
Oh
But
wow. Yeah.
the person could just be talking one load of poo, to be honest with you. But
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah, exactly, because we have no idea right now. And I think that's kind of the scary part. What I also was reading was they're saying rather than smoke your flower to just start making edibles instead.
edibles are dangerous. But I really think, see, especially those when it's like cookies or gummy bears and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, unless you actually know what you're doing and you know how you can, um, you know, dose everything correctly and have everything at a good level, because sometimes some people will make shit and they have way too much weed in it, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is too much weed.
It's especially because it doesn't hit you straight away. It'd be like you would take it and then you be going home, driving home or whatever, and then it just
Yeah,
hits you and you're like, what the hell's
it's
happening
like,
to me?
holy shit, it's like I can't walk anymore. That's kind of like what happened my first time that I had an edible. I was kayaking with some friends, and um, it was a 5 mile river, and um, the water is really calm. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's just go down the water. We'll smoke. We'll hang out. You can bring snacks and everything, and we'll swim. All this stuff. Well, my buddy was like, yo, dude, I have some edibles. You want to have one? I said, sure. Let me have one. And I take it, and he's like, yeah. He's like, usually it hits at about 45 minutes or so. So we're going, and it's probably like a half hour, and I'm like, dude, I'm not feeling anything. I'm just gonna smoke a joint. And 15 minutes later, I was so high I couldn't even kayak. Like, I couldn't move my boat at all, like my little kayak thing. I was running into the edges. My wife was just like, what is going on with you? And I was like, I'm so high right now.
I love when it's like you have like that uncontrollable smile when you're high, and you're just kind of like giggling away to yourself because
Yep,
you know
and
you're extremely high, and people ask you the question, you're just like,
yep, yep, and you just cannot stop laughing to even say that you're really high.
it's like Beavis and Butthead. Like
Yep.
with me and my me and one of my best friends, we always get high, and it's my partner always goes, "Oh, you two are just Beavis and Butthead," because we just sit on the couch, we put on like Rick and Morty or something, and just start and like
Yeah,
giggle away. Just,
that's literally, yep, that's how I am too.
but yeah, it's a really interesting time to be alive just now,
Yep.
especially looking at whatever. I know you guys are just kind of coming into like where we are just now, with lockdowns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think these are like 2 weeks behind what we are just now. If the news
Um,
is kind of
well,
correct.
we've got freaking stupid governors. I mean, for instance, Florida, they just closed down like 2 days ago or something like that. They finally like shut down, and then they started to look at the actual bill, and nothing is even closed down. So people are like, what the hell kind of, stay at home order is this if you don't really have to stay home? So it's just,
It's here. We we have two. Scotland has a parliament, but it's dictated by the UK Parliament. It's a whole confusing thing.
oh wow.
So like Scotland has like a first minister, Nicola Sturgeon, who's part of the SNP, which is like a Scottish Independence Party. But then that parliament is still dictated by the English Parliament, who's got Conservatives, which nobody in Scotland likes. But our laws are that you have to stay inside unless you want to go to the shops to buy essentials, or you want to go outside for like a 1 hour exercise.
Oh wow.
But then, like you see people that are, if you've ever seen somebody that's like extremely overweight, like obese,
Yeah.
you see them outside just now, and you're like, this isn't the time for you guys to start exercising.
Yeah. Oh,
It
it,
really isn't the time for this.
it's like people kind of took this as like, okay, I'm gonna have a vacation. I'm gonna go out. We're gonna take the kids to the park. We're gonna do this and that. And it's like, no, you're not. It's like, yeah, you can go to the park, but you still need to be, keeping your distance. And here we have really nice hiking parks and trails and stuff. And they've been posting photos, and like, there's so many people out still. And it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, we have seen what's going on overseas, like what's going on with Italy, and it's like we still aren't listening, and people are still going out.
Yeah, Italy is quite scary because it's so close to kind of home for us as well.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
here, all our kind of council run parks, or so like local authority run parks, are closed. But because of health and safety, we can't put chains on the gates. They just need to
Oh,
put a sign up. So it's like a white and red sign that says, "This park's closed. Please don't go in. It's against the law." And people still go into those parks. But like,
oh,
it's so like,
our parks are still open. They just closed off like the playground, like where the kids all go. Like you can still go at the park. There's still people like walking and shit like that, but you can't have a big group and you can't be like close to each other. But people aren't listening to that, and there's not like officers or police that are going to be like, "Hey, stop getting so close to each other." Like, I don't know. It's just
we've
it
got fines coming in on Monday as well. So if you are too close to each other, or if you're out without a valid reason, you're going to get like an on the spot fine. But the weird thing in Scotland is we have local community parks that are like local uh, local authority run, but then we have national parks as well,
okay.
and then we have parks that are um, run by like the Queen, so they can't close the Queen. The ones that are run by her unless she says it, and then our national parks need to be closed via government vote. It's,
Oh wow.
our system's probably more confusing than the American system, and
Dude, I know. That's what I was just. I mean, the American system is really confusing as well, too. I mean, I don't even understand our system that well. So, I totally agree. It's and being married to a nurse who my wife is pregnant right now, and she still has to go to work, and she doesn't want to get sick, and we're worried about the baby, and they're instead putting her on different floors that aren't taking care of COVID patients, but like
it's still
recently, yeah,
quite
it's
silly
like
as well. You have to be
there's
careful in the UK. So in Scotland just now, we have if for instance if your partner's pregnant and she goes into labour, you can't go into the birthing room with her.
oh
You have to
shit,
do it via Skype
what?
because of the the limiting amount of people.
Wow.
So I know that's probably going to come to America soon. So hopefully your partner's not like too close to being.
Well, she's they have her on different floors, keeping her away from, because they have like, I think 3 or 4 floors on the hospital that are now only COVID patients. But she just found out that the whole hospital is going to be COVID. And so they were still asking her to work. And she's like, I'm not going to fucking go to work. And then the doctor was like, well, we can, you can wear a mask or something like that. And my wife is like, we are having a conference call because it's too dangerous for me to go to the doctor's office. But you're telling me I have to wear a mask while working with COVID patients. She's like, that does not make any sense at all. And so that's kind of like right now what we're at, right? Is, she's trying to not go to work because um, like they have her on the psych unit, but yesterday like 3 people came in on the psych unit who were experiencing COVID symptoms. So she's like still not being protected. So yeah, it's really um, annoying and pisses me off when I like still see people on social media still out and about, and it's like my wife is here having to risk her life to work, and people are still going out and not listening to just stay home.
Especially with you guys like in America, you've got well in the UK. I think the UK's population's like 66 million. Scotland's like 5 million, and I think America's like 320 million people. So that's
Oh, I don't even know. Yeah, it's huge, and that's why
like
people,
if
and
we're
it's
struggling with it, you guys have like got an insane amount of people. You should-
and it just it's crazy because our stupid president thought was saying that this is a hoax, and like we now have the country with the most infected people, and it's like it's only gonna get worse. So I really am not sure how it's gonna end up here.
the silly thing is, I've kind of so I have clients all over the world. So I have clients that are in China and Thailand, Vietnam, and stuff like that as well. And back in January, I started to really recognise this. I was like, this is going to become a problem.
Yeah.
So I put stuff into place, like started saving more money, started letting staff know, look, guys, we're probably going to be working from home a little bit more, reduced billing costs. So like the office that we're in, everybody used to try and come to there.
Yeah.
Just most people work from home, but when they came in, it was just like a good place to hang out. I've reduced everything. I seen this was coming,
Yeah.
and right up until so the first death in the UK was the 5th of March, and I would probably say right up until midway through March, say like the 15th of March, people in the UK were like, it's not that bad. More people die from the flu,
Oh
and
my gosh. Yeah.
then now I think we're like just on Google, it's like 3,600 and odd people have died in the UK in the past month. So I was
Wow.
like, this is this is insane if you can't even recognise this is a problem.
I
Um,
know.
the media will tell you, they were telling, like, they were like, it's not that bad, it's a Chinese virus.
Yeah.
Italy with it, it's not our problem. And it's like, guys, can you not see this is coming here?
I know. As soon as our president was like saying Chinese virus and all this stupid shit, I just wanted to shoot him in the face because then the thing is, what kills me is I have family that are like Trump supporters, and I'll see them post on Facebook something about like, "Oh, this is a hoax," and it's like, dude, your fucking niece is here and going to work scared, and she only has one mask for like the week. Like, how are you saying this is a hoax? Like, it's just ridiculous.
We deal with it here as well, man. We have, so in Scotland, it's a quite, I don't know if you remember back in 2014, there was that independence vote.
Oh wow.
And so it was like for Scotland to leave the Union. There's quite a lot of false things. So there's a really split in Scotland. So it's between independent supporters like me and
Yeah.
unionists. So that it could be seen as like people who support Donald Trump and people who don't. If you could,
Okay.
after this, I'll send you a couple of links to some how embarrassing stuff is where I live.
Yeah.
That you have to watch because it'll make your day happy to see how, as much as you guys struggle with, like, for instance, Donald Trump or the stuff that's going on in America, the stuff that we have to deal with is
Yeah.
insanely silly as well.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think
It
everybody has the same kind of terrible shit show going on just now.
it really is, and I think everybody already had a shit show, but that was just like a shit show that they had within their own control. They were doing all this bogus crap, but now that it's a shit show that they cannot control, we are all really seeing exactly how our governments act. And it's
Shows
frightening.
you, it really shows you how, like, so you pay so much tax. Like in the UK, we pay 40% tax.
Okay.
So everything you earn, you pay 40% on. So you earn
Okay.
£1 or $1, you pay 40 pence, 40 cent to the government.
Oh
And
wow.
that's at least, that's if you're on like the lower end of the spectrum of earning. It can go up to 60% if you're on the higher end.
Wow.
So it's literally, and then now we're like, why do we pay all this money if you guys don't do anything? So today they were like, oh, well, we need ventilators. We've got we've got this company who's going to give us ventilators. It's going to help us. We're only getting 30, so 30 ventilators for
Oh my
however
god.
many people that are struggling. It's like, guys, come on. What are we paying you for? Why are we paying so much? That we're talking about tax. Why are we paying so much tax to you guys if you can't even?
Yeah, like where's that money going? Are you guys just keeping it yourselves?
Especially like in America as well. I know you are getting like is it a check or something like that? You are getting sent from the government.
Yeah, we're getting like a one-time check of like $1,200, and it's like that doesn't even cover our rent for a month.
We don't even get anything like that. The only thing business owners are getting here is a loan.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
they're getting a loan that's interest free for 12 months. but it has to be paid back within 12 months, otherwise the interest is higher than normal interest.
Oh wow.
It's not even, it's like,
It's not even that best of a or that good of a help.
no, it's like no help at all. We don't, they're saying like nobody can get evicted for 3 months, but if you don't pay your rent in 3 months, you will still have to pay it off. There's literally no help.
Wow.
And we have like a social care system. So for instance, if you don't have a job, you can get money from the government to find a job,
Yeah.
and they'll find a job for you. But it's like, I probably would say like £90 a week,
Oh,
which
wow.
it could be like a shop. Like if you went to go buy food,
Yep.
it's like I spend probably double that in food a week.
Oh my gosh.
So it's really
Yeah.
bad. And obviously in the UK we don't really use furlong, so people going off for a period of time. And companies apparently have had it in their contract since like the 80s, which nobody has ever known.
Whoa.
So it's getting bad. I know
Yeah.
you said your partner was she's expecting. Is it going to be your first one? Yeah.
Oh, it's actually gonna be our second. We
Sick.
yeah, our first one he is napping right now, but he's about a year and a half. Um, but yeah, we're pretty. My wife is actually speaking to someone who just had their kid about 2 weeks ago, and because we're wondering if some states here in America have been not allowing anyone in the delivery room.
Oh,
So um, I was like wondering like, hey, am I gonna be able to be in there or not? But we're not sure right now because they haven't really told us. So
yeah. I've got two as well myself, man. It's an interesting experience to work from home. Both my kids are at nursery at this point,
okay.
but nurseries are all closed here.
Uh,
So I'm having to kind of teach them, run a business.
yeah.
It's like quite a lot. And like
Yep.
you were saying about being in the delivery room in Scotland just now, it's only one buffering partner, and they're trying to make it be like mostly females that are in,
Yeah.
and you can't visit your kid and stuff like that after it.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's pretty bad.
yeah. It's I'm hoping that by the time he's due, which is in July, that we'll have a better grip on this. But we'll see.
How do you think this is going to affect the cannabis industry? Do you think it's going to have an impact on it at all, or do you think the
Eh,
cannabis industry is going to help people relax, especially during a time like this?
At first I actually thought this was gonna greatly um, like improve the chances of states to legalize. They'll see like, oh, other states are deeming this place or deeming dispensaries essential. We should probably legalize it. But with everything being locked down, all the legislation has stopped. So um, where I thought a lot more states were going to start legalizing, now everything is at a standstill. And even if a state wants to legalize right now, they can't because you can't even go in to vote and stuff because we're on lockdown. Um, so I see it as people who want to open dispensaries and stuff like that. And we're hoping for their state to legalize. I don't think it will come to fruition this year or next. But as for the dispensaries that are open and are taking advantage of the online ordering, I think this is a really, really big opportunity for them to like have a very big social presence and start bringing in clientele that they hadn't reached before. So just because there's so many more people on social media platforms right now because everybody's home.
Yeah, I think it's like a unique opportunity to capitalize on what's going on, but also trying to be aware of like how bad things might get, especially with maybe a coming recession or like a depression or whatever's kind of going to happen after this.
Yeah.
So we're kind of at the mark when we start to round up the podcast. This bit will probably, yeah. So is there anything else you want to cover before we start to round up?
No. I think we covered quite a bit.
I think we had a pretty good chat. Everything,
Yeah.
like links, just like Travis's and stuff like that will be in the description below.
Cool.
So what I'm going to do is I want to stop recording and then we'll have a little chat after this just to make sure you're happy and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm going to stop recording just now, so you give me 2 seconds.